G'day. It's been a while, but welcome to This Week in Downhill. Yeah, I've been trying to make these videos every week or so. Unfortunately, it's been about 2 months since the last one, but these videos are sort of covering in a news style fashion things that have happened in the downhill skateboarding community in general. For those who don't know me, my wife just gave birth to our daughter a few weeks ago, so I've had pretty busy couple of months. Skate videos have kind of been pushed to the side, so a couple of months off. A lot has happened in the last couple of months. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that I don't cover in this video. I just kind of went through and stuff that I'd seen and did a quick bit of research the last couple of days to just throw together a list of things that I thought were sort of highlights from the last couple of months or so. So we'll get right into that kind of stuff. And everything I talk about I'll have a link to in the description below, so if you want to know more about it, you can go check it out through there. And as always, if you see something that you want added to the next video, feel free to reach out, message me. If you see something, you're like, hey, that guy does the videos, he should include that. That would help a lot. And obviously there's tons of stuff that had probably happened in the last 2 months that I haven't mentioned, so feel free to chuck that in the comments of this video as well, so people who might not see stuff, they can see it that way as well. Let's start off with some skate videos. One of the guys from Team Heckmech hit me up on Instagram and said, yo, my crew just put together an edit and we haven't done one in a few years, so go check it out. And I did. It's enjoyable. It's a great video. It looks like they're European guys. I always get jealous of the European roads. Like one of the first ones they skate in the edit is just like, it looks like a driveway. It's super narrow, has like fences on the sides, which just kind of makes it sketchy. And I don't know. I like roads like that. There's cows on the side, which is very European. So if you like just classic standard longboard videos, go check them out. They have a bunch of videos on the channel, but some of them are older, so hopefully we see them posting a bit more this year. I know if you're the guy that messaged me about this, I'm talking to you, make some more videos. That one was good. We want to see more. Always cool to see people posting content skateboarding wise. The next thing video related I wanted to comment on is Trotta's been popping off on YouTube, I guess you could say. He's been posting pretty consistently, which is really awesome to see. If you don't know who Trotta is, he's one of the best freeriders in the world, like full stop. Really top of his game right now, and it's just awesome to see posting so regularly. It kind of looks like he's blowing up like big time on YouTube. One of the videos he posted about a month ago actually has almost 1 million views, which is pretty crazy. And he's just gotten really into posting. He's doing the whole thumbnails YouTuber thing. I think it's awesome. If you go and look in the comments, one of my mates, Bean, was saying, like, you can see people writing in the comments like, yo, I'm gonna go buy a skateboard now. So this is the kind of stuff that like downhill needs. So big props to Cole for what he's doing. I think it's absolutely awesome, and I think it's gonna make a big difference in growing the sport. Hopefully we see a whole bunch of new skaters this season, specifically because of Trotta's YouTube channel. So I just think it's awesome. If you haven't checked it out, go check out his YouTube. I know a lot of people see stuff on Instagram, short clips and stuff, but Cole's been like really killing it, and I'm enjoying thoroughly all of his videos. So yeah, shout out to Trotta. In a similar vein to the Trotta videos, Owen Fox has been posting what is called Foxtails. He's posted 2 episodes so far, and these are over on Instagram. If you don't know Owen, he's one of the sort of top racer guys out there at the moment, one of the top skaters for the American team, and he's kind of starting some sort of vlog style videos from more the aspect of like a professional competitive angle of it. So he's sort of going through his training and like what he's doing to prepare. The last episode was talking about how there's only a couple of weeks to the first race for the WDSC circuit this year. So those have been pretty cool too, and that's kind of a different angle on the same vein. It's like a more of a content personalized, like, I don't know, skate related content stuff that's cool to see. So yeah, go check out Owen on Instagram and check out the Foxtails reels. The last video I wanted to mention today is from Quantum's Collective. We've shouted a few videos of these guys out a few times, but this one was really cool. It was like just a classic slide jam, which I like slide jams, so it's always cool to see, but especially some of the guys that are like some of the best in the world for open road, big slides, crazy stuff. They're still out there having a fun time with the classic slide jam. Looks like one of the guys did a 48-meter stand-up toe side, which is sick. And just a thoroughly enjoyable 6 minutes, like some B-roll, some guys just having fun and just doing big slides in a straight. It's awesome. Like, all you guys that just want to watch like roll runs of mountain roads, like, no, go to a slide jam. That's where the fun's at. That's where everything begins for most people. So I thoroughly enjoyed that video, and you should definitely check that one out as well. I also thought it was worth mentioning while we're on the topic of like videos. one of the main ways that I try and find videos for Twid each week is I just go on YouTube and I put in the filters for like recent uploads. And you can actually do it for like the times, and if you want, there's all the filters you can do on YouTube. I took a screenshot of the way that I do it, but I was really encouraged, like just half an hour ago when I was going through and doing this, when you put in downhill longboarding and then you filter it for 4 to 20 minutes and say the last month, there was actually a few pages of videos and a bunch of people I hadn't seen before, a bunch of new smaller channels out there, too many to just start shouting out on Twid. And I thought that was really cool to see that there's a lot of people out there making skate videos. And obviously not all videos are going to come up under that same tag, and so just on that page you can go and look it up, and if you're someone who wants to watch more videos, there's starting to be more pop up under that category, which personally I was really encouraged by that. It's really cool to see, like I want the sport to grow into, it kind of looks like it's growing a little bit to me. I don't know, maybe it's too early to say, but I just found that really encouraging. So yeah, that's just something I thought I'd add. Moving over into event related news, Danger Dane won Danger Bay again. I think he's won all of the Danger Bays since I've been aware of the event, which is kind of funny. So yeah, Dane Hanna won Danger Bay, which is pretty cool. That event was a week or so ago. That's a big one up in Canada. And yeah, like the race season for 2024 has really kind of jumped into gear now. We've had a few races already the last, I guess, this 2 months while I've been not posting. There's been a few races around the world. And yeah, we're really getting into it. The next race is actually the WDSC race over in Turkey. They've been really hyping it up on their Instagram. They're even doing like a countdown and everything, and that's next weekend, so it's coming up close. They've gone back to that same track they were at last year, which looked very fast and very scary, but they obviously thought it worked well. Well, the riders obviously thought it worked well because they're all going back. Personally, that road looks terrifying, but hey, I'm not a racer, so yeah, I guess stay tuned for that. The WDSC has been like really amping up all their media in general. I know they're like streaming their episodes on like a streaming platform and stuff like that. So cool to see just a lot of longboarding stuff going on right now. It is summer in the northern hemisphere now, so that's sort of where most of the skating happens, is the northern hemisphere, and the season's really kicked into gear. All right, the next event I want to talk about is Woodbooger. Woodbooger is going to be July 27th to 28th. This one is a little bit frustrating for me. Woodbooger last year was awesome. Mark and Emily did a great job with running Woodbooger. It was a brand new event, new road, and it went awesome. It was perfect. It rained and it was still fun. The road is pretty sick. Looks like they have camping included this year, which is even better. But one of the things it is with like running a big event like this is it's very expensive. There's a lot of upfront costs. So he's kind of said we need 80 registrations by June 19th, which at this point is only about 2 weeks away. And they've only got 26 registrations, which like, I can't quite wrap my head around it because like, I'm not a very, like, I don't know that many people, but I'm pretty sure I could name like 26 people who I know have said they want to go. So like, who hasn't, at this point, who hasn't registered, If you want to go to Woodbooger, you've got to register, otherwise it might not happen. Woodbooger is awesome. If you've been thinking about registering, if you went last year and you enjoyed it and you want to go again, go register like right now. Like, I don't care if you pause and come back to this video or just close it, go register for Woodbooger. I want to go. I don't want the event to be cancelled. It's such a fun time. The guys that run it, Mark, he just does such a great job. So definitely go register now. I don't know, I think a lot of skaters are pretty, like, they like to procrastinate, leave things to the last minute. You don't really have time with this. You've got 2 weeks to register for the event to happen. I know it'd mean a lot for Mark if he can get past that 80 registrations earlier rather than later. So yeah, if you're thinking about going, if you've made up your mind especially, go register for Woodbooger. We're talking about races and things like that. Knox Mountain is actually on right now. I'm not sure when this video will go up, but right now it's Saturday evening, so they've already done their first day. I just put the photo of the schedule. I figured I'd mention it just to contribute to the fact that all the races are really kicking into gear right now. Following on from Knox, and it's sort of in the same vein because they're both up in the British Columbia area, Giant's Head is next weekend, so that one looks awesome. Giant's Head's been on the bucket list for me for a long time. Yeah, Giant's Head is next weekend in British Columbia, Canada. So yeah, hopefully everyone who's going has a great time. Okay, moving into sort of community stuff, but also kind of following on from that event trend, we're going to talk about GRC. This kind of all happened while I wasn't posting. A lot of people will already be aware of this, but the GRC freeride has been quote-unquote cancelled. Fingers crossed. Yeah, basically the town that the road for GRC is in, the county, the town, they don't like skateboarders on the road. Well, actually we should say probably like a few probably wealthy people who are a bit pointy nose and don't like skateboarders on the road, so they've gone and told the town to ban it, and now the town has actually banned skateboarding in the county. It's now actually a crime, and then they use that as an excuse to say, well, they're not going to allow an event for an illegal activity, which is a bunch of nonsense. They did do a big like town hall kind of thing where you could go and you could email in, you could send phone calls, you could let the town know what you thought, and then they actually had a town hall where people could go in. It sounds like it didn't work. They just said, no, we're not going to allow this to go through, even with all the positive things around GRC. So, unfortunately, at the moment, GRC has been cancelled. Who knows? You know, the first time they ran it, it got cancelled before it even happened, and it's had 2 years of success. So maybe there's some way it comes back, but it really doesn't look good. Obviously, it's a terribly negative thing to talk about, but I think it's worth mentioning to people who might not be aware. Yeah, just super unfortunate and sad to see. It's kind of a step backwards. You know, reading through the comments on the post, people are saying, you know, like we have teams for the like national teams for the sport. People going competing internationally all over the world, and towns and people are still kind of opposed to it as a sport. You know, so it's a shame. But hey, Khalil kills it with the events, and maybe the one he's hosting in Tennessee will kind of make up for that, and maybe there's always room for other events to happen on just as good roads. So yeah, super big shame, but definitely worth mentioning. A bit more of a positive note in the community related stuff, I guess. Bumpy is now on Rocket. I think a few people kind of knew it had been alluded to, but he's officially on the Rocket team, and he has a pro model which is coming out soon. This is cool because Bumpy has a very similar style to Benson over in Australia. So a lot of people thought when they were prototyping boards that it was going to be like a shared pro model or something like that. So it's really cool to see Rocket giving them both their own individual pro models where they can have their own, you know, personalized style put into those boards. So yeah, cool to see. It's going to be called the Excalibur. I don't believe it is released quite yet, but we'll see. So Rocket, as always, killing it. Bumpy, if you don't know, go check out his Instagram. The guy has the craziest skate style. I first saw his stuff a few years ago when he was mainly like just sessioning a footpath in a park when just doing like crazy tricks and stuff. And then he just like converted to skating crazy mountain roads on the weighted boards and just being one of the best at it that there is. So yeah, cool to see Bumpy on Rocket. Rocket's kind of one of the biggest board brands at the moment. So yeah, stoked for Bumpy. Then the other thing I wanted to mention, community related, was Harry Clark from Australia. He had a pretty bad crash and got a pretty serious injury a few months back actually. And he just posted like a couple of weeks ago that he was back on the board, back in the game, ready to go. And then he just won the race at Alva Skate Festival last weekend. So cool to see Harry is like fully recovered, back in it racing and just killing it again. That guy's a machine for racing. It's kind of wild actually. So yeah, cool to see that he's both healed but also like clearly in full race mode, ready to go. So yeah, that was another race that also happened, was the Alva Skate Festival, and Harry Clark won it, coming out of an injury. So cool to see. Alright, moving into gear related news. Big one, this is probably the biggest one for me, I think it's pretty cool, is Venom announced their new Magnums. These are called the Gallo 24 formula. And yeah, they're red now. Magnums are red now. I don't know how many people are aware of this, but they haven't been selling mags for a while. For whatever reason, the regular mags that everyone knows haven't really been available. But now they have red ones, so they're supposed to be a lot better. I'm really interested to see as we get into this race season how people are finding these new Magnums. They're claiming that they're going to be faster, grippier, just better for racing in general. So yeah, really cool to see. I'm going to have to try a set at some point. I don't really race, but you know, cool, new wheels from Mags. Interesting enough, Powell is also talking about race wheels. So he's actually prototyping some right now. He's made the molds and he's getting into the stage of prototyping race wheels, which we haven't really seen race wheels from Powell Peralta downhill. I think he mentioned about how they kind of, when they were transitioning from these into Powell, there was a couple of race prototypes, but they weren't ever really like racy. And then they have the red Kevin Rama Pro model, which is their race wheel, which I mean, everyone knows is a free ride wheel. It's not really a race wheel. So I'm really interested to see where this goes, what kind of wheel these turn out to be, if they're actually like competitive with something like the Magnums and the other race wheels out there. So yeah, cool to see just new stuff from companies, but especially from Power, which has just been like free ride, free ride, free ride. Now they have a race wheel on the way. So yeah, really cool to see. Scythe is selling weights now too, so I guess that's becoming more of a trend. Obviously a lot of people are riding these weighted setups, so yeah, cool to see, I guess. But yeah, so you can now buy custom longboard weights from Scythe. They had a variety of different weights and sizes by the looks of it, and the way they fit to the board is all customizable and stuff like that. So kind of crazy. I still haven't got my head around the whole weight thing, but for people who like it, enjoy it, these might be a great option for that too. Though I'm gonna say, like, I do kind of always like the weird things people stick under their boards for weights. Like the one that I have that I had barely even ridden because it's weird. I just got the dive weight. That's one of the classics that I think is cool. But hey, if you like riding with a weight under your board, now you can buy a Scythe one. And the last thing I want to mention this week is the Rocket Leon V2 is coming out soon. So that's Carlotti's pro model board from Rocket Longboards. That's actually the board that I ride. I love it. It's my favorite board that I've owned. I think it's just super cool. So sounds like the V2 is like a more leaning into that race style. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, a little bit stiffer. It's more leaning into the racy style than it was into the freestyle-y kind of side of things. So yeah, cool to see. Supposedly he's gonna be dropping a review out pretty soon. So yeah, I don't know. I like that board, so I wanted to share it. And yeah. But yeah, that was the past couple of months in downhill, kind of. Like I said at the beginning, if there's anything big you think I missed that's happened in the past 2 months, realistically, since the last video, chuck it in the comments. I'm sure other people appreciate it. It's another way people can see these things. If you have something come up in the next week that you would like me to share, definitely just feel free to reach out on Instagram. I can share it in the next video. If you just see something you think is worth sharing, you know, from a company posts something, someone posts a cool video, feel free to hit me up. It really helps me collect things together to make these videos. Hopefully I can get back into the rhythm of doing these once a week. We'll see. And yeah, everything I talked about though we'll have links to in the description below, so if you want to find out more about anything, go and see where I found the information from. And yeah, thanks for watching.